Butterfly, and we are doing an interview with her today. I'm here with Margaret and the black butterfly, right?
Also,
Yes. And what she's gonna tell us some more about the black butterfly and how she got that name and stuff.
well, Black Butterfly, I named myself that because of what I do. As a poet.
Yes.
And so, being the Black Butterfly, I consider myself like a messenger.
Yes.
That I can spread truth around the universe, and hopefully people will follow me, so to speak.
Okay.
And it's not an ego thing.
Yeah.
But I just believe in the butterfly.
Absolutely.
Well, that's my symbol.
Absolutely. And you feel like that it's done really well for you, just a nickname, and you will be able to, express yourself, using that name.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think there's a clip of that. Let's see if we can watch.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Keepers of the Flame. My name is Margaret Locklear, also known as the Black Butterfly, and we would like to welcome you to our circle. This Keepers of the Flame show is about storytellers, and so we're putting it out there that we're looking for all ethnicities to come and share your stories with us, because every culture has a storyteller and we'd like you to share your stories. I'd also like you to know that there are various ways of telling a story.
It's for the children.
Well, to share with the children, I want to let folk know that there is a group of young people who are studying under the auspices of the Griot Circle of Maryland.
Yes.
To learn
growing
griots. For those who don't know, the Griot Circle of Maryland meets at Walbrook Library the first weekend of every month. And you can go on the website to
build. I can't hear you.
This is the house that Jack built.
This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built.
This is the
malt
that lay in the house that Jack built.
This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built.
This is the rat that ate the malt that lived in the house that Jack built.
This is the cat that chased the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that ate.
That's where I find my truths.
Okay.
And I also use my poetry as a forum for domestic violence, social justice, and change.
Yes.
Just to change people's mindset,
right,
and wake them up.
Yes.
I've been accused of being woke, whatever that means. I just told them I've never been this sleep.
Right.
But if I did still have one eye on you.
Well, I know that's right. Yep, I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm woke.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd be out there at home. Well, I was just a baby and I was taken away from my mom and my pappy, and I'd be scared, and I'd sit out in the marsh and I'd hum a little song there, and my mama would hum to me. I sing. So sometimes I feel like a mother's child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. Well, I had been out in the marshes one time and I had got right sickly, and I told the master that I wasn't feeling right, and he just said I'd be lazy, and they beat me and they sent me back to my master. And no sooner than I was better than I was rented out to the likes of a Miss Susan. And not only was I to do the household tasks, but I was to take care of her colicky baby. And so there I be, all night just rocking that cradle back and forth and back and forth. And when I was just a child, and I fall off to sleep, only to be awakened to the wailing of that baby, the screaming of Miss Susan, and the sting of that whip. Well, after time, she too gets tired of me. She sends me on back to my master. Well, I wasn't rented out for a while. work in the fields. I like working in the fields. I could feel the sun on my skin and the wind against my face, and I had a feeling of freedom that I had never known. And
The youth is very important.
Exactly.
Very important, you know.
And I also like to teach history in a real sense, like I do living history characters.
Okay.
Because children are more about animation.
Yeah.
And so you can entertain them by, when I come in, I'm in the, the garments for that era.
Yep.
And then I speak, even if it's Ebonics or dialect,
Yes.
but it reaches. And I remember I used to do Harriet Tubman all the time at the Orchard Street Church, which was part of the Underground Railroad, and the young people would make me, they would lift me up. I mean, they actually came and sang a song that they wrote for her. They threw money.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a wonderful experience. Unfortunately, the director passed on.
Okay.
And so, and of course, we all go through a dark period.
So, I heard about Sojourner Truth.
Yes, I also do Sojourner Truth.
Okay.
What I did was, the narrative that I wrote was, if Sojourner Truth were alive today,
Yes.
how she would respond to the conditions that Black people are experiencing then.
Right.
And then I do the first half of it. I talk about her biography and her experience and how she became Sojourner. She named herself Sojourner, and she also deemed herself a minister.
Yes.
So she became her own minister, and she just went around the country barefoot,
Yes.
but telling people she also was inspirational for the women's.
Well, I think we got a clip of that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's look at this clip right quick.
Only called me Belle, never did hear my whole name. And over the years, I had so many masters all naming me after themselves. The last name never mattered none anyway. But you all knows me as Sojourner Truth. All right. I named myself that because sojourner means to travel, and that's what I do. I travels all over the place, just preaching and teaching the truth as I see it. Even better when I name myself. These ways I know who I was. I'm a kind of preacher, but I don't preach from no Bible though, because I ain't never learned to read or write, and as a slave I weren't allowed to anyway. But don't matter none, because when I preach I only has one text, and that's Jesus. Hallelujah! Now, even though my soul's gone on to glory, it's been restless with all the goings-ons down here. And as always, I says to the Lord, Lord, it just seems like my work is still undone. He said, well, Sojourner, I guess you be getting on back down there and get things set right again. But you tell my children, there won't be no questions asked when you come to walk the land again. I know that's right. And you all know the Lord's merciful, so he wants to give you a chance to get this world turned right side up again. And I think you all better do that. Now, before I tell you why I was allowed to walk the land again, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Now, they say I was born in some place called Hurley, out in Ulster County, New York. Oh yeah, they had slaves in New York too. They weren't all just down south. Anyways, they say I was born somewhere twixt 1797, 1800. They don't rightly know when, because they ain't bothered to keep no records of no black babies. See? All they seen me was another body to work the field or tend to the missus or babies. Wasn't a problem though, because I was a strong baby, and I grew fast and tough and could do the work of two people and bear the lash as well. Now my mammy, my pappy, they was born in Africa. They was taken and sold to a Colonel and Mrs. Ardenburg. I don't remember as much about the Colonel because I was just a bitty thing when he died. But I do remember when we was given over to his son Charles, because he take us to live in the cellar of a hotel he run. I tell you, children, must have been about 15 of us squeezed up in that nasty place. And it was always wet, cold, and damp. And all he gave us was some wooden boards to sleep on and blankets that barely even covered our bodies. Smell something awful. Hard to be feeling clean even after you get washed. And couldn't even tell if it be daylight unless you was outside. And in the winters, children, it be so cold we pretty much had to huddle up together just to keep warm around that teeny stove you give us.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
And I've reached so many people doing this.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
I would be the first one. I would make it happen.
I need a job. Actually, and it was a living. My family there. It was a living, and I enjoyed it, and it was a challenge. That's the word. It was a challenge.
Also, I want to mention that we are riding in limo with Mr. Thomas, and we also have with us the president of the Baltimore City Vulcan Blazers, Mr. Lloyd Carter.
How are you?
I'm just fine.
Thank you.
And
thank you for coming.
Thank you
for
having
joining us in the ride.
And we really appreciate it. I don't get to ride in the limo too often.
I was telling brother president on the way over, I said it's good to ride in the limo on a good occasion.
Amen. Yes. So tell us about how you got started with the Vulcan Blazers.
I got started with the Vulcan Blazers once I came into the fire department. Before I came into the fire department, my cousin, Robert Cisco.
Okay.
So I knew about the fire department. I knew about the Vulcan Blazers. I used to go. They used to have a lot of social events and sporting events and family activities. He used to take me to a lot of those. So I actually knew about the Vulcan Blazers as a young kid.
So is that also what got you?
Well, actually, what got me in the fire department was a job. Like Brother President said, I actually came in as a paramedic. I didn't come in as a firefighter. So my specialty is emergency medical services.
Oh, okay.
I'm the chief of the emergency medical services. But so that my interest has been in that field, and I got a job and offered a job to become a paramedic, and took the training and became involved in the fire department to that aspect.
Okay, but you're such a young man. How'd you get to be president of the Vulcan Blazers?
I got to be president of Vulcan Blazers. I was primarily inspired by Brother Thomas and a few other people. My mentor who recently passed was John R. Johnson, who was the first African American chief of the paramedic service, and I worked very closely with him. And he was always very active in the Vulcan Blazers and the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters. And actually, when he died, because I was so close to him, and I just felt like that would be something I should do. I just felt like I've been given the opportunity for a lot of leadership training, not only in the fire department, in my college studies, as well as in the military. So I figured if I had all of this leadership training, why not use it for my organization?
Exactly.
And so I decided to run for president.
Great. The Vulcan Blazers, can you tell me a little bit about what they're doing, like out in the community, what they do with like young people to get them inspired to?
Well, one of the main things that last year when the problem with the hiring of the class that was void of minorities, or some people like to refer to it as all white class, we became very active. It really stimulated us to get more active in recruiting blacks to come into the fire service, explain that this is a viable career, a lot of benefits, and then just the way that the public perceives the job. So we really became very active in that aspect of recruiting, going to the different various churches and media outlets, and we've been doing that. We've been very successful. The last 3 classes that were hired by the fire department since then, over 65% of the people hired have been African American.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Back to Mr. Thomas. Can you tell us about Safe Social Action? What is it?
Social Association of Firefighters.
Yeah,
that was, well, in the early years, you weren't allowed in the union. So I always said the union gave birth to the organization.
Okay.
Yeah, because we came together because they wouldn't allow us in. Of course, we fought a union to get in because they were the official bargaining agent of the Baltimore City Fire Department.
Okay.
I told them you didn't have to stay in, but you got to get in. that's what came about this organization.
So you filed then a class action suit against the union when, in 1960?
No, I think it's 70. What's it called?
70, right.
1970. Not the Vulcans as such. We had a part in it. It was Louis Harper. He was the captain of the Baldwin City Fire Department.
Okay.
He and a couple other fellows, they actually did the filing suit, and we, of course, were backing totally. Mm-hmm. But they were the ones who did it.
What's the percentage of African Americans in the upper echelon of the fire department?
In the upper echelon currently, I would say it's close to 50%.
Really?
Under the current administration, Chief Goodman, I have to give him a lot of credit on the fact that he's very conscious about diversity. He's one of the, obviously before him we had Chief Williams, who was the first African American chief of the fire department. So diversity was almost a natural thing. Mm-hmm. When Chief Goodman came in, there was some concerns that things may not be as diverse, but I think he's been making a very prominent effort, especially in the upper echelon. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of African Americans who are deputy chiefs, division chiefs, battalion chiefs. Myself, I'm a bureau commander, so I think he works hard to maintain that.
Did you ever dream that, Mr. Thomas, did you ever dream that the activities that you did or the things that you put in place would ever come to this point?
Never. But I had, back with thoughts of this coming about. Mm-hmm. Now, see, many thought we came in this fire department, my dear, we were going to just peter out. Mm-hmm. An old friend of mine said that when the first blacks came in, telling some of the whites who were opposed to us coming in to begin with, you think we're just fooling around here, but we're here to stay.
Okay.
And we've been here to stay. And I just tried to encourage more young blacks to come into it, And I don't think we've been too well with that. Have we, Carter? Or we're doing
well,
all right?
like I said, this year we really made a concerted effort to get out and recruit, and it paid off.
Okay, so when you're in your recruiting, you go to the schools?
We go to the schools, went to like I said, the various media outlets, and I think that was probably one of the things that wasn't done in the past. It wasn't a real concerted effort. If the fire department was hiring, it was a word of mouth thing. Right. And it wasn't a lot of talk in our communities.
Right.
So we put it out there on the radio stations, on the TV stations, in the papers, at the colleges, at the high schools, and we continue to promote it that way. So even when you pull in front of the organization, you'll see right out in front that we have signs, gigantic signs telling people where to call the hotline. Mm-hmm. So we're constantly recruiting. When you ride by our organization, we're constantly recruiting. And then what we did is we allowed Baltimore County, who has a sister organization, which is known as the Guardian Knights, to put a sign out there. So when they are hiring, as blacks come through this community, they see that these job opportunities are available. And even as of last night, somebody came in looking for an application.
Okay, so say there's some young people out here who are interested in becoming firemen, they can come through your organization?
What we do is we funnel them to what is a 1-800 number, which is the hotline. The hotline, they get on an entry-level interest list. Mm-hmm. So once the hiring process opens up, they're contacted, and then we actually have the applications here. So they open the way that the hiring process should go is probably by beginning of the summer. The fire department should be starting off.
Well, what is the training process like? I mean, where do they actually get the training?
They go to the fire academy. No, they go to the actual fire academy. Is on Pulaski Highway.
Oh, okay.
6200 block of Pulaski Highway, and they go there. The training lasts anywhere from 3 to 6 months, based on what they're being trained on, or what type of knowledge they have when they first come. So. But once you're hired, you're paid.
Now,
it's a paid training program.
Do they all start out as EMTs or emergency medical techs?
Some people who are already EMTs will hire them, but if you can come in with not any type of certification, and normally the first course that they do get is the emergency medical technician.
Okay, and they have to have high school.
Wow, so that was you from
Yeah. It's funny how that happened.
Yeah.
The director at the time, his name was Tom Saunders, and he was head of Red Cross Tours.
Yes.
And Loretto was filming at Third Grade Blacks Wax.
Mm.
He introduced me to Loretto because he had been doing something with her.
Yes.
And I don't know how it happened, but I ended up being the host.
Oh, well.
And it was exciting. I really enjoyed. I met so many people. We had some great perks.
Yes.
Loretto took me to the 4th anniversary of Legacy Magazine, American Legacy Magazine, and I met Medgar Evers' daughter, Malcolm X's daughter, the president of SNCC. At the time, no, not SNCC. It was SCLC.
Okay.
And I met Sinbad.
Oh,
my
Sinbad?
God.
Oh, wow. What was that like?
Oh my God, he is so sweet.
Yeah.
So at the event,
Yes.
I went up to him because I'm bold.
Yeah.
My mic, and I said, Sinbad, can I get an interview? I'm from Baltimore, and we'd like you to give a shout out. So he's like, can you hold that for a minute? I promise you I'll give you the interview, but I want to run down here and see Regina Bell. I was like, oh my God, Regina Bell was there, so she said. So anyway, I sat out, everybody was leaving, and so Sinbad comes out, and I'm sitting on the stool. And I said, Sinbad, he said, I'll be right with you. I'm going down here to see Regina Bell.
Yeah.
So then he come back, and I'm standing there. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there, and I'm interviewing, and asking him, telling him we're from Baltimore, you come down. He said he was coming to Baltimore anyway to do a show. So as I'm in the middle of the conversation, Regina Bell comes out of her room like, Regina Bell, he said, oh, the heck with Sinbad. I was so embarrassed, but I love her so much. And I said, Regina, give a shout out to Baltimore, and she did.
Cool. It was good. We had fun. Hippodromes. It's off the hook. I want to congratulate the doctor for the Blacks and Wax Museum. They got the American Legacy Award. One of the, what was it, 10 museums that honored?
10 museums.
10 Museum, which is a high honor, one of the best museums. I'm going to come through there. I have to come check it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
It was those are the kinds of experiences that I had actually working with Loretto.
Wow.
And then in the course of that, I did several other shows. I did a piece called Ma'afa, which was called Swahili for the Great Struggle.
Right.
And I played a slave in there and some other characters. But it was something about the show which was trying to tell, again, black people who you are.
Right.
But they were using material from other people, like excerpts from Malcolm, excerpts from King, that thing. And I said, I can do better than this.
Right.
I can make it more serious.
Right.
So I wrote The Belly of a Woman.
Okay.
From the motherland to Uncle Sam.
Really?
And
I think that's
that was, in some sense, my biography,
okay.
my autobiography.
Wow.
But I tell it in stories like with poetry and music and the whole nine. Because sadly to say, we only learn things or listen things when we're being entertained by those things.
That's true.
Other than that, we do. So I just Belly of a Woman, I'm leaving as a legacy for my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, so they will continue to know who they are and who they were.
Absolutely.
Or ancestor. I'm in ancestor range.
Okay, absolutely. And I gotta say, me getting to talk to you, it's been, it's just been an honor to meet you and stuff like that, and just what you've been able to do. And so the fact that I'm interviewing you is a special place in my heart.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, I just want to share with the audience that I'm in the process, and then probably the end of August, I'll be putting out my pilot called The Poet Tree. And on there, I can, convey to more people my truth, as I say. But I also will allow it to be a vehicle for
Right.
other people to express themselves.
Yes, yes. I think that'd be a great, an amazing thing.
Exactly.
You know. And, well, we're gonna go to a break right quick, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right.
Hi, and welcome to the Poetry, where we come together to share our thoughts and feelings amongst each other so that you would know that you're not alone. And this is the best way, in my opinion, to express yourself. So I always like to open my signature speech, and this goes like, the conjoining of spiritual minds give rise to the unification of the divine movement into the oneness we've been called to create. And it is us. We are poetry. And it is my mission to bring back your childhood memories when a caress was innocent.
All right, welcome back, and I'm interviewing the legendary Black Butterfly. And if there's any more thoughts that you want to say?
Well, I did want to put it out there. I recently joined an organization called Tribes 55, or Tribes Women 55.
Okay.
And this group is galvanizing Black women
Right.
only,
Okay.
over 55 years old,
Right.
who are creative.
Okay.
And I'm in the literary side of this program, and then they have visual artists. And so we have recently, back in May, put on an exhibit, and we've been asked and called to do them in other places like the Central Library and in Catonsville, so on. So
Okay.
that's what I'm working on at this time.
If you hear that noise, that's just, downtown Baltimore that we at, so it sounds like there's a fire going on or something, I don't know, but that's just Baltimore, okay? Yeah, so, and people are just towing the ship and stuff like that, so that's why you hear all the noise and stuff.
Don't be.
So any last thoughts that you want to talk about or something?
Not really. I just want to let people know that I have returned, and I'm bringing my gifts back, and I'm, hoping that you all receive it. So I just want to thank Loretto for giving me an opportunity to, put this out here, put me back out here, and meeting you.
Oh, thank
So
you.
pleasure to meet you. God bless you.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much. And that's it. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's so sweet. It looked like he's choked up with emotion.